G'day everybody, where's Wally here? Well, today, SciManDan unbelievably got it incredibly wrong. Have a listen.
That's it. I might just start my own space program. Take black and white and tinted images of my garden. I'll take shadows, pictures of wheels. I'll even come up with a better storyline, and I'll take my imaginary rover to the end of the garden, well out of shot from the original so-called landing spot, and I won't charge nowhere near as much as that, and I'll even do you the favour of dropping the silly music.
The thing is though, matey, that would be exponentially more entertaining than your current channel, wouldn't it?
Well, Dan, in spite of what you said, I'm going to have to call you out. Adam has been able to be way more boring than even his worst videos. I know it's a low bar, but Adam managed to limbo under it. Well, let's have a look at his 3-part series that he thinks is so riveting. Mind-numbing is probably more like it.
Well, I'm pleased to say we're on our way to Mars. Fred, the rocket operator, has assured me we should be in an orbit around Mars in about an hour's time.
Well, let me stop you right there, Adam. You've got sound in space. Don't you know vacuum doesn't conduct sound, and your engine should be off by now. You should be in a coast phase.
This is getting silly. So anyway, let's go and check out the incredible launch which myself, Fred, and 2 others experienced yesterday. The Leo1 Mars Pantoverance is going to break all boundaries. The storyline is going to be so much more superior.
Storyline superior? I don't know. You've already mentioned 4 characters, but you've only developed 1 of them? 2 of them?
I cannot believe, Wally, in untested, incredible futuristic tech. But let's just check and show you the launch from last night, which was... This is the only footage available of the Leo1 Mars Pantoverance launch. Essentially, let me just explain the tech we're using here on the rocket, the Leo1. We use strobe propulsion systems all the way up to low Earth orbit. When we jettison the first stage, we then change from the strobe propulsion system into a cloak mode propulsion system, where essentially you can't see us, we disappear. As a result of disappearing, there's less friction, less resistance. We're able to achieve ridiculous speeds.
Less friction in space? Adam, that's not how it works. You're already in low Earth orbit. No friction anymore, mate.
Leo1, ready for Mars. Let's have a look. Turn the volume down a smidge, because something tells me that's going to be quite loud. Obviously there you can see the strobe propulsion system working and giving us incredibly high speeds. Bang! And that was the jettison of the first stage. And
Wow, you've gone 18 seconds from the ground to low Earth orbit, 100 kilometers up in 18 seconds? Now, let me tell you, I'm not sure what those G-forces are. I haven't calculated them. Maybe I'll pop them up in the corner here. But you're not going to survive that, dude.
It was a bit of a bang. And like I said, I have to get the old deep heat out there to treat the back. You're probably thinking, Adam, how are you communicating back? Well, we've another first. I use a breadcrumb satellite system where I'm dropping off satellites in a form of a breadcrumb fashion in a line as we travel. They then communicate like a relay system. And of course, should my communications or guidance system fail, I've got my breadcrumb satellite system to guide me home.
Yeah, Adam, your Hansel and Gretel network, the more relays you have in the system, the slower it's going to be, because you're going to have processing at each node. So I think just the radio wave will be traveling at the speed of light. By having many multiple nodes will be slower. Just saying.
I cannot believe, Wally. Everything's been thought through here. Through and through and through.
You've thought this through? I would say you've thought none of this through, Adam.
This is getting silly. Wow. It's safe for me to film now. We're in an orbit around Mars. Fred has assured me all is okay. All the tech seems to be responding in the correct fashion.
All the tech responding in the correct fashion? Oh, Adam, come on, jargon it up a bit, mate. You mean all systems nominal? That would have been more fun.
I cannot believe, Wally. And as you've seen from the journey I've shared with you so far with the Leo1 Mars Pantoverance, this is a scientific diary of the heliocentric truth, presented in all its CGI glory.
CGI.
I will guarantee you this, the storylines are going to get quite edgy, you see.
Edge of the seat? Yeah, I'm actually on the edge of the seat, and I think my eyes are rolling back in my head, and a little drool is coming out of the corner of my mouth, and I'm starting to slump forward. I think it's called a comatose state. All right, that was number one. How about number two?
I don't entirely know exactly what's going on. Yeah, sorry about that, guy. I just wanted to see what that was out the window. Things, as you can see, have taken a bit of a turn for the worst. Last night, after I'd sent you the update video, and everything had gone so well, all hell broke loose on the craft. I was just about to make my bed in my quarters. Alarm bells rang. The software which keeps us in our Martian orbit had crashed on the computer.
So your systems crashed, and you didn't have a backup. Well, come on, NASA always have a backup. They have dual systems. So you're not as good as NASA.
This is getting silly. As a result, the spacecraft descended as a safety precaution. What we didn't expect was to descend all the way to the surface of Mars. The landing was okay, we're fine, but we didn't expect to descend to the surface of Mars.
Descending? Really? Why would you descend? You're in a stable orbit. Just stay there and fix your problem. There's no need to go down to the planet.
This is getting silly. We believe the rover and the helicopter are about a mile behind us. That jettisoned on the way down. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, something's a bit of a mess here. Mostly the storyline.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted. Obviously, we've got our set of concerns right now. On top of that, we've got concerns as well regarding the strobe propulsion system. We don't even know if it's going to get us off the surface of Mars here.
Okay, Adam, you've got this fanciful strobe propulsion system. If it was able to get you out of the gravity well of the Earth, it's going to easily get you off of Mars because it's smaller G, less atmosphere. I don't see what the problem is. You really didn't think this through, did you?
I don't entirely know exactly what's going on. I don't know if men have ever died on a CGI planet before.
Well, I'll tell you what, men are dying inside right now listening to this.
Let's just hope the strobe propulsion system has got enough oomph and can get us off the surface of Mars. It wasn't designed for that. It was designed to get us off Cannonball Earth.
Oomph, what sort of technical term is that? Try delta V or specific impulse?
I don't entirely know exactly what's going on.
Number three. Man, this is going quick.
I'm currently on my way back with Fred and the rest of the crew, and we should be in an Earth orbit in about 25 minutes. So all is good in that sense. Now, regards the mission, we've got some bad news. It would seem the rover got smashed to pieces when we jettisoned it coming in. We didn't even bother trying to communicate with the rover or the helicopter on the ground. Obviously, our main priority was getting off the surface of Mars. It turns out the rover from our data got smashed to pieces.
Data? You've got data, but you said you had no comms. What's going on here, Adam? Your storyline is inconsistent.
This is getting silly. And that famous shot of me at the window there, wondering what on earth is going on. Or what on Mars is going on, I should say.
Yeah, what on earth? I caught that too. Lol, Adam, try this thing called editing. It allows you to remove your stuff-ups. Your stuff-ups. You can edit them out. Right, you can get rid of them.
I cannot believe, Wally. The whole setup here was to get the rover at one point, the helicopter another point in the Valley of Pantos, and then to come together like long-lost lovers.
Lovers? Oh, cringe.
Eventually, in 3 weeks' time, they were to bond like a male and female lovers, filming and mapping as they go.
Yeah, mapping and documenting is exactly what lovers do with each other. Nothing like Saturday night on the couch with the missus documenting and doing some mapping.
This is getting silly. It would seem The helicopter separated from the rover on the descent after the jettison. Not only that, it was able to beam some of the footage back to the Hansel and Gretel system, which I've just obtained. So fantastic stuff in that sense. Here's the spec of the Leo1 Martian heli drone in case you're wondering. Top speed 70 miles an hour. It's got a beatbox sound system attached to its underbelly.
Oh, Adam, that satellite dish on top there looks a little bit sketchy.
Okay, so it looks like the footage is just being uploaded now from the Hansel and Gretel system onto our mainframe system, so I'll be able to share that with you now.
Mainframes? Adam, just how old are you? We haven't used mainframes for however long.
I cannot believe, Wally. Essentially, we had to come in fast, aggressive, low on the Martian horizon to avoid any Martian radar.
Martian radar? So what, you're saying there's life on here? Hey man, that story arc, that suddenly jumped right out of left field. Seems you could have developed that a little bit earlier, mate. This story is not getting very consistent, is it?
This is getting silly. Point out here, top left port side. We think this is a Martian artillery base here.
Oh, now we've got a tree. A tree, and you ignored that. And clouds? Are there actually clouds on Mars? I'm not sure. I would have said no.
And this is where we start taking fire from our port side, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was the end of the footage and the end of the drone.
So now we're taking incoming fire, but you've not shown any of this incoming fire. You just turned off the video. You really got sick of it, didn't you, Adam?
I believe the drone was shot down. Our sensors would indicate that.
You brought up no data on screen. You know how us nerds love data on screens. Where is it?
I class this as a success. It was also a test of mental strength.
Yeah, look, people have been brave. I've been particularly brave. I've tested my ability, just trying to watch this stuff 2 times. Well done, Wally, I would say. Thanks, Adam. That was not at all entertaining, but I did get a little bit of a sleep. Well, that's enough of Adam for today. So perhaps to wrap this up, let's hear what a couple of other movie critics say about this particular piece of fiction, shall I say.
This video was a masterpiece in raising awareness of the dangers of face palming without a well-padded glove.